Hi guys, so listen. Sorry, no, I always say hi guys, so listen. Oh well. Anyways, I'm coming to you today to have a few discussions. You're going to see another video um, on another topic, but just getting some things off my chest that I have, that I wanted to share with you guys, and I'm hoping that in return, as I'm talking to you about it, it will enlighten me and you too, right? So today we are going to talk about body shaming versus confidence. So we all know we live in a world where things are, there's a facade that we are to be perfect. We're supposed to be a certain color, have a certain hair, have a certain body shape or whatever. We live in this world of perfection. But I am very thankful to see um, a revolution brewing where there's a little more, um, it's a different perspective of what things should be. And when I say should be, I mean that we have to embrace who we are, where we are at that time, and just to realize that everyone is not the same, right? So, I am, like a social media guru. I freaking love it. It is my guilty pleasure, and no one can take that away from me. But in my, browsing on um, my social medias, I'm seeing um, our culture embrace their hair. I'm seeing thick, curvy girls embracing who they are. I'm seeing skinny girls who are saying, "This is who I am." Um, and so I begin to ask myself, um, what is the median that puts us from accepting who we are and our confidence versus um, growing to something better but still having our confidence? You know what I mean? Sometimes we do like hard extremes, like, oh my gosh, I need to lose 50 pounds um, by whenever. So we work towards that goal, but sometimes we forget to be happy and content in our current state, right? So I'll just share my testimony. So um, had a baby last year, and listen, 38. I'm gonna be 38 this year. Um, I'm gonna be 38 this year. So when I had my son, the older you are, a little harder it is on you during pregnancy and to recoup. And that was my story. I literally was in pain the whole pregnancy. Came out of the pregnancy. Had to get my thyroid removed. Had to recuperate from that during um, postpartum. So it's been a journey. Amen. Um, and I am finding that the pounds are a little heavier. I mean, easier. No, the pounds are not easier to just fall off like they did when I had my other two. Um, so it's just a whole new world for me. Of course, my husband, being the supportive person he is, he's like, oh, I love it. A little more to grab on. You're beautiful to me. He's always that positive esteem in my ear. So I'm very thankful for him. Um, but I did tell him that there were some changes that I wanted to make, some things I wanted to put in my daily cycle. To just be a better me. You know what I mean? So one of the, while I'm working out things, because you guys know I'm a planner, I love to be organized. One of the things that I was thinking of is like, okay, how do I prepare for the new me but still stand in my truth. You know what I mean? So it's like, yeah, Jay's gained weight. Jay's a little thick around the waist still after the baby. And Jay wants to do some things about that. But how do I still stay true to myself? I think that it's very important um, as we navigate through society and life. We have to stay true to who we are, but we can also stand in our truth but better ourselves. It shouldn't be from one extreme to the other. You know what I mean? So for me, it's like Jay hit the gym. Jay, a salad instead of fried chicken with greens and cornbread and a Pepsi and some lemon cookies. Probably a few of my favorites. But I want to make sure that while we're striving for our goals, we're still content where we are and we're still staying true to ourselves. So I can be like, Jay is fly now, and Jay gonna be fly then, if and when she loses the weight. You know what I mean? And we have to also make sure that we are not allowing people to we're not taking in what people have to say. So, people are just as brainwashed or warped for this perfect image that society portrays anyway. So it's like, Jay, you gaining weight, or Jay, you ain't lose your baby weight, and, whatever. And that's just that's just me. It could be something different for you. Whatever negative comments or aspects that you are receiving. Don't let that get in the way of your identity, your self-esteem, and your goals. You know what I mean? You brush it off and you keep going. Because half the time, child, the people that's talking need work too. Who? So, I just wanted to talk about that. And I know that we'll talk about it a little more. I know that I have a few projects that are coming up to bring some people in so that we can have that conversation, to make sure that we maintain our self-esteem, maintain the essence of who we are, but still strive towards our goal and never lose who we are. Sometimes we get so caught up in getting there, and we don't realize, we don't stop to smell the roses, stop to just appreciate where we are. You know what I mean? I actually did that the other day. I was planning the week in my planner, and I was going through everything that I needed to do. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I have to wear this and I have to wear that because of, my weight gain, or not losing the weight after my son. And it's just like, but the bright side of it is I still have a husband who loves me. I'm still fine. Listen, I'm still fine, all right? Still fine, child. Still sassy. Still look good. And I have this amazing son who is our joy and who brings so much joy. You know what I mean? So it's like, you have to look at the brighter side of things. You have to know who God has called you to be in spite of what the world is saying. God tells me that he's my friend. God tells me that I'm a chosen generation and a royal priesthood. God tells me that I am purposed. God tells me that he loves me and that he will be with me always. Those positive affirmations are things that supersede what the world or people around you are saying. You know what I mean? So I know that this is a journey for me. There are things that I am putting in place. The gym, eating, walking, water instead of Starbucks, and Pepsi, and I'm changing over my lifestyle, but I really do love the person that I am. I really do love who God has made me to be, whether I'm a size 14 or whether I'm a size 10, or whether you are a size 0 or a size 28. It doesn't matter. We have